In this week's episode, we are talking about the show that has got the SL office in an absolute grip.
JFK Jr., like Jacob Elordi, you know what I mean? Jacob Shamordi.
Have we missed the biggest wedding of the year?
I think she's sort of done a carry and picked something up in like a vintage store. This is my romantic view of what it is.
Yeah. I think the more private you are as a celebrity, potentially the better the relationship.
And the heartbreak following a broken pinky promise.
Often my husband has lied and said swear on my life, and I honestly find that so betraying.
Yeah, you can't say swear on my life.
Exactly.
You can't also say pinky promise. It is a good one, so make sure you tune in. Welcome to the SheerLuxe Podcast. I'm your host, Billie, and today I'm joined by two seriously stylish women, Lu and Lucia. In this episode, we're diving into the latest cultural and celebrity moments, sharing what we can't stop thinking about right now, and finishing up by tackling some of your most pressing dilemmas. Welcome, guys. So happy to be here with you both. Talk me through your outfits, Lu. So much navy chic.
I'm in so much navy. So my fail safe, if I don't really know what to wear, and I know I need to look presentable, is to go tonal. So I've gone head to toe navy. I've got this suit from Rian 28, and it's like a collarless, deep V one. And little navy cashmere t-shirt from Ann Daughter. Kate boots, and then you can't see it's off camera, but I've got a navy Metier bag, which they have lent me, and it is like the perfect office bag.
I love the all navy look.
Thank you.
I've been spying the Kate boots.
I know, they're so good.
Did.
I really need to get them rehealed. I've had them for so many years now and worn them. I can't think how many steps I've done in them. So I need to get them rehealed and sprayed and zhuzhed up again, because they're genuinely my favourite boots. I wish I bought two. They're so comfy. So comfy. But yeah, a stylist recently told me that once you find something you love, buy two. And I wish I had.
Oh my God, that's great advice.
But that would probably set you back like 5
I know,
grand.
but honestly, my cost per wear, I honestly wear 3 boots on rotation the entire year, and I'm happy with that. Shoes is not something I have surplus of.
Proving the Carolyn Bessette allegation.
Yes, exactly.
Lucia, tell me what you're wearing.
I'm wearing this COS Feral because I was kind of like, I think this is the last opportunity I'm going to get to wear it.
True.
We're coming into spring, which is exciting. Then an Intimissimi roll neck, which everyone in the office
I think it's now
has.
official SheerLuxe uniform, isn't it?
It's kind of a joke. I feel like whenever we post our outfits, they're like, everyone's wearing that roll neck. And then Scanlan Theodore pants, which are an Australian brand that I love. They're the only ones that are long enough for me, and even now you can see my ankle. And then Miu Miu loafers.
So nice.
And you?
Oh, I am wearing ASOS Arrange trousers because ASOS Arrange is basically my addiction. Some Zara little suede flats. This is a shirt I got in Bali from LC Swim.
Oh, nice.
But they do really great shirting, which I think is a nice way to do cover-ups for swimwear.
Are they the ones that also do the cute boxes?
Yes.
Yeah, really cute.
And then this is part of the Adidas ASOS collection, which is a long line leather bomber jacket.
Love that.
It's very dark.
I hadn't
brown.
noticed the Adidas stripes on it, but now I know.
It's cool, isn't it?
Very cool. Love.
Actually repping Polly's Daisy London jewellery.
The best. They're so good.
We're going to kick things off with things that we love, and we love a lot of things. So, Lucia, I'm going to come to you first. What have you been loving lately?
I feel like I made this year a goal because I moved to London last year, and so much of my focus has been traveling around Europe. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to explore the UK. While I'm here, I'm going to do a few weekend trips. And I went to a friend's place in Suffolk. I can't remember the exact town. I don't know if I was talking to you about it, but it was something out of a movie. And it was just the nicest way, I think, you can really get caught up in the big city vibes of London and not seeing the horizon or anything. So it was nice to get out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this more.
And were you in a hotel, an Airbnb?
No, friend's place.
That's amazing.
It helps that he had a really nice place.
It's always handy.
I honestly love a staycation. I think so my daughter's 3 now, and I've been really fearful of doing long haul travel with her. So we've done a couple of European trips, but most of our holidays since she's been born have been UK. I just found it easier, throw everything in the car, just get down to where you need to. And some of England is so beautiful, and you can get some incredible houses in the beach, in the countryside, and like I felt so rested. And there's something about like having your home comforts.
Yeah.
But in like I live in a really small flat, so like going away is such escapism for me, and it's so nice playing house and having that in a beautiful setting when the weather is good, or like I don't know, you just kind of like you romanticize just cooking a home cooked meal and watching a film at home, and like even though they're just normal everyday things, they somehow feel so much more special when you're not in your home and you're in a new surrounding.
No, 100%. And also just like being around nature.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I haven't had that for a while, especially like growing up in Australia.
Yeah.
I like craved that.
Where's next on your list for the UK then?
I would love to go to Cornwall, and I really want to go to the Cotswolds. I haven't been to the Cotswolds yet.
Both good spots. I feel like, Lu, you're very good at both of those places.
Yeah, Cornwall we used to go to a lot when I was like in my teen years, and I've got friends that lives down there, and it's just like some of the beaches on a good day you would think you were in the Caribbean. Like it is so incredible. And also I love Cornwall in the winter, like a winter beach break is, again, I just think so romantic.
Because you did that with Charlotte and Polly.
Yeah, Charlotte, Polly and I went away with our husbands and my daughter, and we went to, it was one of Kip Hideaway's places just by the beach, and yeah, the location is not something I would have like run back to, but the house, like 100%, like sand and stone, boutique retreats, one fine stay. There's so many beautiful places where you can just get these incredible houses, and you know, split between a couple of friends can be quite affordable.
I think it's the playing house element of like, okay, everyone gather around the table.
Yeah,
like,
it's so nice. Yeah, we went somewhere for Christmas and the interiors were so beautiful. And like, I know I'll never have a house like that.
Yeah.
But just pretending for a week and having a bath, like watching the sea and just being like, oh, I'm just going to like pop to the shop and get some bread and then just walk to the beach. Like, it's so fun. I feel like I'm like in a Nancy Myers movie.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's exactly how I felt. And like waking up, the beach was there. I was like, wow.
Yeah, you just like want to wear cashmere and wear cream.
Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of travel, I have just come back from safari, and I think I'm accidentally like still dressing as in I am. I really, this morning I put on like, brown trousers and this, and I was like, Billie, come on, we're not there anymore.
Safari up.
But I have actually also really noticed there's so many safari coloured fashion out
they are,
right
there
now.
is.
So like, maybe I might just
To be fair, we had a fashion brainstorm and safari was the theme. So yeah, you
Okay,
obviously,
great.
you inspired us.
Well, I came back from South Africa yesterday, and it was the place that I went to last January. So I went to an Andeby property called Ngala Tented Camp, and it really is like a tented camp. They are very like, they're very concrete structures, but there's a tent above, like kind of that wraps around the whole thing. I went back this time with a group of friends, and I was sort of hosting a tastemaker trip, really. And it was so magical. Like, I just think it's the best travel experience you could possibly do is safari, because it's so away from your everyday life. And it's a place that just gives you a huge amount of perspective in that you're so small compared to everything else. Like, it is a very humbling experience to be like, I'm not out here fighting for survival.
Yeah.
I live a very privileged, lovely life, and it's a good reminder that we exist in only a very small climate of people and places and things, and the world is a really big place.
I think it's really important to check yourself on exactly those things
100%.
as much as you can, because we can get so caught up in our lives and the day-to-day and how stressful and busy and all of those things you think it is.
On our first night, we saw like 5 male lions that had just had a feed and were literally just lolling around. Like, it was so nice because it was like, oh, these are just brothers who have just had a big dinner and are now like, all right, bro, just having a little nap. We did a big community day where we went and had like a football game with the local school and went to one of their lessons and got to spend time with the local kids, which was just incredible.
That sounds
Safari really has my
So
heart.
dreamy.
The kind of environment and the experience they create for you. We just cried all day, every day. We
Really?
cried all day. I burnt through like 3 months worth of contact lenses in a week because I was like, what is wrong with my eyes? I was like, oh, it's the salt that is like covering everything because all I've done is sob. But yeah,
Because you're so emotional in that moment.
because you're so emotional, and because you can't really believe like that we got to live it. Like, we couldn't really believe that we got to have this experience together and share it in
Yeah.
that way.
special.
How
And yeah,
many
it was-
of you were there?
There was 10 of us.
Oh, That's such a nice like number as well.
Yeah.
I'm really all for like group friends.
Yes,
I
me
totally
too.
agree.
I definitely, you know, I used to do them when I was younger, and then I feel like everyone like found like their partners, they started to have kids, and everyone started doing their own thing. And every time I've done it recently, I've enjoyed it so much, and I think it's so important. And I think also, I think you not become a different version of yourself, but it definitely plays into different parts of your character when you're with friends all the time.
I really enjoyed being the host.
Yeah,
And then I realised like I am my mum.
really.
So much on these trips. I'm like, everyone, do you have your SPF? Have you put your mosquito spray on? Have you done this? Have you done this? Right. Time check. You've got 8 minutes to be ready. And they're like, oh, boring. Lu, tell me things.
I mean, like, yeah, on like travel, I find this time of year just like the escapism of just thinking about travel. I could honestly just get home and just sit in front of my laptop and just like dream up these magical trips. I love it so much, thinking about where to go. Like my husband's always like, you do so much admin, like stop it. I'm like, I love looking at hotels and houses so much.
I saw your stories last night. They're all
Yeah, I was literally like, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here. So yeah, I'm really excited to be in that zone. Last year we went to this place called La, which is in one of the lakes in northern Italy, and we were only there for 3 days. It was honestly like one of the best holidays I've ever been on.
Wow.
It was like just the perfect mix. It was so like small, but you were kind of left your own devices, but they were there. It's kind of like serviced apartments with then this incredible restaurant, beautiful views. Anyway, they're opening one in Tuscany, which I am hoping to go to at some point, which would be amazing.
I'd love to go to Tuscany. That's like at the top of my
Tuscany
list.
is
Yeah.
like, if I could honestly only go to one place the rest of my life, it would be Tuscany.
Really?
Oh, it's
Because
so
I want to do a
gorgeous.
group friends trip to Tuscany.
I did it.
Could
It's
you
the best.
give me Rex?
Do it. Well, so
'Cause
you're
I'm
just kind of like
thinking,
walking around with all these poplar trees around you. And I don't know if you have this, but like I just constantly have like a soundtrack playing.
Yeah.
Like I just had the Gladiator soundtrack in my head the whole time, like hand grazing, the like high wheat.
And I feel like eating there is so affordable. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I could eat pasta for the rest of my days.
Do you have to get a car around? Yes.
Probably.
yeah,
it's
normally.
like, it's definitely useful.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you know, normal people where they
Yes.
go to Italy. Like that, I remember like watching that scene, just being like, I could just watch this forever and ever and ever.
That like beautiful light, the like
and she's
the
in her little
sheets
black
hanging.
dress,
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah.
cycle down to the town. They have their gelato. I'm like, just falling off right now.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
obsessed.
That's what I'm manifesting.
Yeah, okay, me
August
too, for
long
you.
weekend, I'm thinking.
Heaven.
So unfortunately, Georgie, none of us will be in the
Yeah.
office.
Travel aside, I'm also obsessed with the return of trench season. It is finally here. Like as you said, spring is upon us, and I feel like trenches is a very specific time of year you can wear them, and like they are flooded in the shops. Like every single place has like a new style, and there's obviously like your core classics. Like get to eBay, get one of the vintage Burberry menswear ones, like the best. But then there's lots of these like incredible new shapes. Like I've just got one from Iraqi, which has got a detachable cape, which goes like around the neck, so you can kind of make this amazing silhouette. And then you can also put it around the waist if you want to do something different. But then it can also be removed and be really classic, and it's funnel neck. So yeah, I'm really can't wait for trench to be my entire personality.
Iraqi has such good stuff.
So good.
Can we get like a Lu trench?
Round
carousel?
up. For sure.
Are you in them?
I'll do it for sure.
And maybe what you could also do just to add to your workload
Yeah.
is could you like pick out a trench coat for all of us?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would love nothing more.
Okay, it's coming, guys.
Can I ask what length?
Long, absolutely long.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to go like halfway, like sort of here.
Because I find that hard to find length.
Yeah,
for me.
I agree. You have to go super long.
Knowing all this stuff from Lu, because she has very specific, like,
It's very
what
specific
is
rules.
it? Yeah, it's rules.
Yeah, there needs to be a Lu taste book.
Sorry, I mean,
No,
it's making me sound
I'm
so
learning
awful.
it on the fly,
This
and it's
is-
scary.
Let's just remember, it's all subjective. But like, if you like my rule book, I'll share it.
Yeah, we love the rule book, but also I love how there's absolutely no hesitation to it. This length,
Yeah.
this length, or
I
bust,
see.
nothing.
I knew length would be a thing for her. Like, imagine if I came in and it's like knee length. She'd be like,
Get out.
We'd have a word, Lucia. No, it's subjective. Wear your trench however you like to, but it looks best. Just
Okay, speaking of fashion finds, Lucia, what have you found lately?
I am obsessed. So I don't have my ears pierced.
What?
No, I know everyone says this. I had them pierced and they got really infected.
Okay.
And I will never get them pierced again because it freaks me out.
Because it was like a traumatic experience.
Like absolutely traumatic. I will never go through that pain again. So before you guys recommend me do it, my mum says like, "Really, are you serious?" I'm like, "No." I really want these. Hodge and Emma have been wearing these silver Biolona earrings. So I want to get a pair of those because they just look so chic. And I feel like silver is my colorway.
Biolona is the best. They have like the most incredible.
Yeah, is it
I agree.
Biolona?
Also,
Amazing.
with your darker hair, I think silver will look really lovely.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
striking.
Thank you. And then I have found this, there's the Rowie Frames beautiful mandarin jacket.
Yeah.
There is a similar linen style shirt in Massimo. It's white and it has like the similar button fastenings and collar. Like the fastenings are in black. And it's a matching linen set with white linen pants and it has sort of like a black stripe down the side.
Chic.
Thank you, Lu. There we go. Tick of approval. That's number one on my wish list right now.
I know I mentioned about trench coats, but I saw this amazing new, like the funnel jacket is still a massive trend, and it was navy, funnily enough.
Crazy.
And it's kind of one of those, like it's funnel, but you could also wear it down. And then it's got a little drawer, like a low slung drawstring, so you could then like tuck it under. And it's just a kind of like sporty, but cotton like hybrid.
Oh, I like that.
Which like sometimes that more like anorak material just makes me feel a bit too sports luxe.
Too sporty.
Yes.
And so something a little bit more polished, but still in that vein in terms of the shape. So that, and then I also went to COS on the weekend, and they do the most amazing bags on the high street.
Yeah.
Really good quality and really affordable considering the fabrications. And there's this beautiful leather bowling bag, which is not so big that you overflow it and then it really weighs down and you're like, why am I carrying half of my life around? But like perfect as amount of essentials of just the little bits of what you need.
Love that. I am in the market for a new bag and continuing my safari theme. I really do need to like get a new personality. But have you seen the John Lewis zebra bag?
No.
It's fantastic. It's this shoulder bag that's like pony hair texture and it's zebra printed and it has this big kind of gold twisting lock.
Ooh.
And it's so cool.
Like a clutch?
No, like a tote bag, like a shoulder bag.
I have seen it.
It's so good.
I just put it in High Street Hits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think with jeans it will look really lush.
So chic.
Like a light wash.
Yeah.
Blue denim.
I love like an animal print accessory.
Me too.
So chic. And yeah, the pony hair, like there's a lot of like the Bambi print around
Yes.
as well. So chic.
And my other one is another high street hit is the M&S satin. It's satin but sort of trench coat coloured bomber jacket.
Ooh, lush.
It's really, really nice.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
It's like it's flying. It's they
that
kind
sounds
of have
beautiful.
those things on their website. It's like, oh, it's number 5
Selling
in the
fast.
charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, add to my basket right now.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, the panic. Okay. Right, let's get on to a bit of celebrity gossip because there's lots of that banning around. But before we do that, please do subscribe to SheerLuxe Podcast. It really helps us to continue making content that you love. Right, breaking celebrity news. There has been quite a big mic drop that Tom and Zendaya are finally married.
In secret.
In secret.
So chic.
It is
So
the
so
chicest
chic.
thing, I think, to get married
And
in secret.
it's so them. Like
Yeah.
their relationship is so under the radar and just like we're us behind the scenes of everything. And they're both such huge names in their own right. But I just think it's the coolest.
I think the more private you are as a celebrity about your relationship, potentially the better the relationship.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the reason why this is all spun out is because she's been spotted with a gold ring on her finger. Like her engagement ring's not even there
Oh,
anymore.
I see. So it's like a wedding band.
Exactly.
And they were like, you're married.
Exactly.
Right.
I thought Law Roach broke it.
I think he has. Yes, in an interview, he was asked about what Zendaya will be wearing, which I think we should also give our opinions on what she might wear. What she will wear to the wedding, and he was like, "It's already happened."
So iconic.
Yeah.
In
Iconic.
true Law Roach fashion.
Yeah.
He would so do that.
Probably annoying though that he broke that. If I was them, I'd be like,
I wonder though if they've given him the green light a little bit to
Oh, do
be
you
like,
think?
it's happened, it doesn't really matter anymore. Like
Maybe.
it's
Yeah.
out there. Do you know
oh
what I
God,
mean?
Even cooler that they're like, we don't care. Like,
Yeah.
So chill.
I think
Yeah.
she's unbothered. Because she's so famous. She
Yeah,
just
but
like
they-
doesn't need to do anything.
They
She's
are
just,
both so on board with that. Like, that is it. They're just so...
I think it's just because they really love each other. Or the Delulu in me is like, it's because they're so obsessed with each other, they just don't care about anybody else.
I think that's true. And to like keep it sacred.
Who do we think she wore?
I honestly think she'd have worn a really under the radar design. I feel like she probably would have dressed herself and just done something so simple.
think?
Yeah.
So there was we're not sure whether this was.
There have been some
yeah.
AI generated imagery
Oh,
of what people are
okay.
predicting their wedding to look like, but I don't think any of those are concrete images.
Yeah.
Of,
I
of
don't know.
the
I just
wedding.
feel like behind the scenes, they are very low key.
They are, yeah.
And I don't think they would have, I don't think she would have been thinking about a red carpet number or anything really out there like she would do for award season. I don't know.
I could see her as a Danielle Frankel bride.
Do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
I think she'd have been more like streamlined and just kind of less fussy than that. I think she's sort of done a carry and like picked something up in like a vintage store. This is my romantic view of what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Either way, congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Love that for them.
We send our regards.
I feel like going from celebrity high of like this mega wedding to this clip on TikTok that has had me in a vice hold grip. But have you seen Maura Higgins's reaction to finding out that her friend on Celebrity US Traitors was the traitor?
No.
No, I want to see it though.
I feel like it needs to be on a big screen here. But essentially, it was her and this guy called Rob in the final two. And they had made a pinky promise. That's crucial. They made a pinky promise at the beginning of the show. Like, we are faithfuls. We're in it together. And he's played her the whole time. He was a traitor and he ended up winning the entire show.
And were they genuinely friends throughout
Genuinely
it?
friends, but like quite flirty friends. Like the commentary has been like, more this is not this is Traitors, not Love Island.
Okay.
But there's definitely like a chemistry between the two of them. And her facial expression when he says that he is a traitor is like, I think every woman has felt that level of betrayal. And then the first thing she says is like, but you pinky promise. And it feels so visceral, the reaction. And it is so good. Like, if you haven't watched it, please watch it and just don't feel alone in that moment.
Do you know, I'm really hot on promises. And I will always say like swear on my life and often my husband has lied and said swear on my life. And I honestly find that like so betraying. Like,
yeah, that's scary.
yeah, right. Like, I don't like. There's certain things you can say, and that is gospel.
Yeah, you can't say swear on my life.
Exactly.
You can't also say
Exactly.
pinky promise.
Yeah. Henry will never break a pinky promise. He's never broken one in his life.
Wow, that is really good.
So that's how I know if he's lying. I'm like, pinky promise. He's like, no.
Yeah, I'm like that. I get really touchy, or I like can't look him in the eye. Like, I'm so bad at lying. Annoyingly, my husband's really good at it.
Get him into Poker Babe. Moving on to hot topic, Lucia.
Well, Lu and I are obsessed with this. Is like our hyperfixation at the moment is Love Story, the Carolyn Bessette Kennedy and JFK Jr.
Yeah.
miniseries. So good.
It is. So, I can't believe you haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I've deliberately not watched it yet.
Oh, because you want to binge it.
I'm binging it this weekend.
It's so good.
Very bingeable.
Yeah, perfect. I had very low expectations
Right.
because so it's Ryan Murphy, and
Yeah.
I haven't typically liked any of his other things just because like
Same.
just that it's all about like very saturated, and that is not the Carolyn Bessette Kennedy 90s Calvin Klein look. And she has like long been one of my style icons, so I was sort of ready to be like, this isn't quite right.
Yes.
It is perfection.
Really?
Every outfit, like the Calvin Klein office is just where you want to be. Also, there's parts of me sometimes where I'm like, it's just like, is being a minimalist really boring? And should I just have more fun with fashion and wear more colour? And then I've watched that and I'm like, no. That is exactly why I dress like that. And it's so amazing. And like, fashion aside, the acting's great. She is incredible in it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what Carolyn Bessette is like. There's very limited videos of her out there. But Sarah Pigeon, I'm convinced they are the same.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what you want though, right? You want it to
So
feel like a really
convincing.
authentic.
It's so amazing. And Naomi
version.
Watts plays Jackie O, and she is phenomenal in it as well.
Ryan Murphy loves Naomi Watts. She's in all his stuff, yeah.
She's and the I watched her like behind the scenes, like of her like getting her prosthetics put on and her makeup and things, and it's just amazing. And her outfits are 10 out of 10.
And JFK Jr.
Was
Yeah, he's
so-
really hot.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you, like Jacob Elordi,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Jacob Shamordi. Like this guy.
Yeah, my husband actually
yeah.
said like that's the most good looking man in the world.
But it's
He is gorgeous.
just the fashion.
Yeah.
The suit, the bike, like really
The backwards
masculine
cap.
with the backwards cap. Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you know what I think's really hot in a man?
What?
When they cycle and then just like are still on the bike but just throw
Take one
their leg over.
Yeah.
Why
Your
is
husband
that
such a
after this
flex?
in like
Why
the
is
back
that
lane.
so hot?
Well, it's quite skillful actually. Like
yeah.
I think it's like a very understated display of athleticism.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying all of the men who have never worn a cap in their life.
Yeah.
And suddenly just like bang, the backwards cap is on.
Yeah, it's with their suit and their tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love how quick people are now to
Oh,
react to
totally.
that.
Also, I feel like all the like, you know, the Ralph, Tommy Hilfiger, like everyone is just going to like build upon that look now.
Get on eBay and
Yeah.
get the old 80s.
But it's great. It
bits.
doesn't, you know, sometimes how you watch some of those shows and it feels like, oh, we've really come far
Yeah.
from fashion. Every single like outfit, you're like, wow, would totally wear that now. They've done it really well.
Okay, so Paris Fashion Week is happening. Milan has just happened, and it was Demna's first Gucci show. Quite iconic that Kate
Yeah.
Moss was back on the runway. Quite iconic that it was in a very low back black sequin dress, but a thong out.
Yeah.
I feel quite excited by Paris.
I'm
and what's coming.
so excited by Paris. We go tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it is like always my favourite of all the seasons, the shows that come out of there, and not also not just the shows, but the people watching when you're there. It's definitely where I draw the most inspiration from. You know, it's simple colour palettes, but it's in the silhouettes and the textures, and like the old men there dressed so well.
Yeah.
So really excited to see what's to come from, you know, the last Chanel show in Paris, like was the Matteo Blasi's debut, which was unbelievable and like tingles all over. And I feel like everyone's been the same with the second Bottega show as well, and what Louise Trotter is doing there. And there's just so much excitement coming out of the fashion industry. I feel like last season there was all the big debuts, and I feel like everyone's sort of settled in
Totally.
now, and it's really exciting to see what that handwriting will be. And also the autumn winter fashion is always the most exciting.
There's more takeaways from the autumn winter
Totally.
season, like it's whether that's a styling of how they're layering it or the colours or whatever.
Yeah.
I do think I think maybe because there's more clothes happening
totally.
in those looks than there is in spring summer.
And it's also not always like, okay, because obviously, you know, the shows are 6 months ahead, but I would look at shows now and have styling takeaways of what I could weave into my wardrobe now, whether that's like a color combination or a little styling tweak. It's not necessarily like, right, park that for winter, because that will all come. But I think that's really important that you, with a strong collection, that you can kind of see it for now and how it will kind of evolve in your wardrobe and not be super seasonal.
What have you got planned for SL content while you're in Paris?
We've got a couple of shows, a couple of showrooms, which is really important because obviously when we're there, we're international press. So there are a lot of brands that we can go and visit that we wouldn't normally see when we're over here. So that's really exciting. And then we're meeting up with some tastemakers, designers, influencers. Are going to do a bit of content around what they're traveling with, what they're packing, what they're wearing. But yeah, really exciting. And also the weather is like 17 degrees. So buzzing for the weather and trench season to really kick in.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see those designers, like you said, who have done their first season and now they get to imprint a lot more of like
Totally.
their design habits onto the house.
And also I think there's so much pressure on the first one because everybody is ready to critique
Yeah.
and take you down and compare and everything. Whereas I think once that's gone, the pressure's sort of disappeared and you can really focus on the product, the collection, how it's going to evolve and really see it for what it is. I think sometimes we can get a bit blinkered to like, oh my God, this is new. And everyone wants to compare it to the last creative director and what they've done and show comparison and actually just let it be.
I'm excited for you. Also jealous that you're going to have all these delicious croissants.
And I can't wait. And also just like to sit outside and just watch the world go by.
A bit of cafe culture.
How long will you be there for?
We're there Wednesday to Saturday.
Right, let's jump into some listener dilemmas. From awkward social scenarios to fashion advice and tricky situations, we have got some juicy ones to unlock this week. starting very juicy. My friend just ghosted me, but I saw them liking my ex's posts. Do I confront them or let it slide?
Don't. I would just not engage.
Not engage.
I think it depends how much you want or you think that relationship has got legs. Like if it's something that you feel like needs to be fixed and you need to sit down and say, look, what's going on here? Like there's obviously something. Have I done something? Like where are we? And say, you know, and maybe you even don't bring that up. I don't know, maybe that's a bit petty, but there's obviously something there that maybe needs to be discussed.
I think I would be in camp, let it slide.
Yeah.
It mainly because that conversation like already makes me like
It doesn't serve you. If they're going to do that to you, they don't
agree
belong in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, I already know the answer from Lu to this question. Would you rather spend your entire wardrobe budget on one iconic designer piece or get 10 affordable high street items?
Yeah, we know my answer.
Yeah.
I think I'd be the same.
Yeah.
I am also
Go
in the
iconic.
same camp. Yeah.
Go iconic, definitely. Because this is not always the case, but I feel like sometimes you can end up buying more and it's not quite the thing you wanted. Whereas whether it's designer or high street, if you find something and it fits you perfectly, it serves the purpose exactly of what you needed, go for it. It doesn't really matter. I wouldn't be snobby about if it's from the high street or designer. But I think don't settle on something that isn't exactly right because you'll just end up continuing to buy it and probably spend more money on it.
I agree. I've definitely
Cost
fallen
per
foul
wear.
of that
exactly.
before. My partner wants to move to a new city for their career, but I'm settled and happy where I am. How do we decide without causing a major rift?
I actually feel like I've dealt with this. Well, when I was moving over here, because Henry was like, he works for his dad, so he was really thriving in his career at home, and I was like ready to move overseas, and it wasn't quite right. And I think like the goal is, or the solution is, to essentially meet somewhere in the middle. So it's like if your partner has an incredible opportunity, I think if you're working and thinking as a team, you should be able to take a small risk for him in order to then be like, okay, well, eventually after 2 years, we can move back home. Do you know what I mean? Compromising.
Yeah.
And like, it's scary. And I understand that this person's settled, but life is about risk. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't, what is it? Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah.
I think also, so you're saying you would move for them.
I think so, yeah.
I think though, if you're in a really like stable job, you really enjoy your career, I think that's where it's tricky. I think if like, one of you has obviously got this big moment and the other one is sort of not really there, it's easy to go. But I think if you also love your career and where it's going, that's where the difficulty lies. But I think there's also, again, it maybe depends what stage of your relationship you are, but sort of saying, okay, I'm really happy here. Let's try long distance for a bit and see how it works. And it could be that the job peters out and that's not right and it's too hard and you come together. But I think sometimes just trying things and seeing what's the worst that could happen.
I agree. I think you have to be very clear on all communication.
100%.
Yeah.
Just thrash out everything.
Yeah.
And make sure there's no stone unturned in communication, because what could happen is if you just say yes without totally expressing how you feel, is that builds into a resentment of leaving.
Totally.
And then it all goes up in flames anyway.
And I also think never assume that the other person knows how you feel, because I feel like I've done that in the past, and unless you really spell it out, they don't always get it. So I think you have to say.
I can't believe that's already the end of this episode. I've really loved chatting to the Lus of the office.
We want Lu too.
Thank you so much for epic conversation on celebrity and fashion and everything in between. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed the conversation, please subscribe, leave us a review and share the episode with a friend.